Let's make a meal. We are talking food in
yes,
here.
We are.
Got the smells. Got the practical chef Craig Nassar and I talking about things we want to do in upcoming segments. And
we're actually going to do bananas Foster, or actually you're going to do bananas Foster
next
week.
I'm so excited about that next week.
So make sure you tune in.
Let's talk about this week. We are mixing a pretty cool marinade, molasses. What do you call it? It's got coffee.
It's a coffee molasses marinade is what it is.
With pork chops.
With pork chops, okay? Now, what you need to do is take a really strong coffee. You can use an espresso blend or a Colombian blend, but make it very, very strong. Okay, brew it, let it cool down. So you'd add your coffee to your bowl like so, okay? Then you want to add your molasses. Obviously, all the ingredients are on the website, the amounts, okay? So you add your molasses in here. Now, you would think that you would get a really strong coffee taste, but interestingly enough, it's not. You'll have a little hint of it in there, but you're not getting. It's an interesting blend. Some people would look at it and go, coffee and marinade. It's like, ugh, but it's really a very good one. So then we put a little Dijon mustard in here, and we're gonna put some garlic. Lots of garlic. You can adjust that any way you want, but I like lots of garlic.
Just curious, do you chop your garlic fresh when you do stuff like this, or do you buy the canned? Where
I cheat and I buy the canned, so just for quick stuff. I mean,
it's easier.
I will chop it myself. Like when I'm doing dinner parties for my clients in their homes and stuff, I use all the freshest ingredients.
But when it's just for yourself,
yeah, it's no problem to keep it in there because I'd rather you use the garlic than not use it at all. So if that's the case. So then we got some ground ginger in here, like so. And then some lemon pepper, a little salt, and we're going to put a little pinch of some cider vinegar in there. Now what the vinegar does is the acid in the vinegar is going to help the marinade to permeate the pork.
Oh,
so it gets the marinade into the meat. Okay, so we're just going to give it maybe a teaspoon of that in there. All right, so I'm going to have you whip that up.
I can do that.
All right. Now what you want to do is you want to take your pork chops and put them into a bag so they're sealed up into a bag. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take half of this marinade. Now we're only doing 2 pork chops here. Normally this recipe's for 4.
Okay.
I think we're good. You got it?
A little aggressive on the whisking.
We're going to put some of this in here. Some of the marinade's going to go on the pork. Oh, and you know what? I am apologizing. You should always put a few sprigs of the fresh thyme in there as well. Okay, so we'll put that in there.
Time for time.
Okay, and we're going to put a little more marinade.
Says Ralph.
Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you seal your bag, get whatever air's out of it. Now, Allison was asking me off camera, you should marinate this for a minimum of 2 hours, but you can marinate it overnight, no problem, it'll be fine.
Just
Pop it in the fridge, you leave it out?
Yeah,
or
pop it in the fridge. If it's going to be for the 2 hours,
Yeah.
and you're going to do it that day, you can leave it out, because it's better to cook your meat at room temperature than it is to let it
just
cold,
gonna
because
say
it'll
that.
cook more evenly and faster. But if you're going to do, you can by all means put it in the refrigerator overnight, so that would go aside.
Nice marinade there.
Okay. Now the rest of this marinade, what I would do with this is what it does is it would go into a pan like so, and what we would do is we're going to reduce that by half, and that's going to be the glaze that's going to go on the pork chop.
So what kind of heat do we want this on then?
You want to put it at about medium high
Okay.
and let it slowly, you want to reduce it in half. So there should probably be about a half a cup in there. It'll go down to about a quarter of a cup, and I'll show you, we're going to drizzle it on there.
You've gone into many homes and cooked for a lot of big-time people. Have you ever made the pork chops, or is it usually?
I have. They really,
Is it?
I've gotten to a point where a lot of my regular clients will just trust me to go, what do you want to do, Craig? We trust whatever you make.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not always the steak and seafood.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
like new clients, I have to be more, particular on showing them,
Right.
giving them ideas, and then they pick. But like my regular clients that I do a lot of work for, they'll go, Craig, we want a
kinda
meal,
neat.
we want a dinner party
You know.
for 6 of us, do what you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's what I would do too. I
yeah.
would tell you, the things that I don't like. I know
Right.
Rob is kind of particular.
Fennel.
You've got,
Right.
Celery.
No fennel, no fennel.
You can go down the list of certain vegetables that
All
would
right,
go
so
in
we
there.
have about a minute
Okay,
left.
so I put the pork chops are going to go on the grill. You want to put them, what I like to do with my grill is I'll start them on a high temperature to sear them off nice, and then I'll cut it down to a medium low and let them slowly cook for the rest of the way.
Pork chops, you want a little pink center, a little bit?
Absolutely. It's that back in the day and age, like my grandmother and stuff, she killed pork. I mean, my grandmother's a great cook, homemade raviolis, braciole pastas, all that kind of
All
stuff.
that, then to pork comes.
Boy, when it came to pork, we were like dreading that because she just would kick the crap out of it, and it would be like, But trichinosis, the big fear was trichinosis, and that's really not an issue anymore unless you're doing bear meat.
Can we stick one of those on a plate?
Yep,
Is it ready?
we're gonna do
I
it.
think I'm
About
supposed to
30
try
seconds.
We're gonna do
something
it.
here.
So we're going to put the pork chop on
My
the
favorite
plate.
time of the whole day.
And then what you want to do is just put a little bit of your glaze
Right on top there.
Very, not a lot, just a little on top. So make sure you taste
pretty
it.
rich. Is that why you don't
Take
put
a bite,
much?
my friend.
So take a bite and tell me what you think.
Just take a little corner here and.
So again, make sure you save half the marinade to put on top. I've made that mistake so many times.
Yep, you want to do that.
Oh, the marinade is really good.
Isn't that good?
You're right. You only need a little bit.
You only need a little bit. It's delicious.
The recipe is on our website, KVOA.com, and we'll be right back.
Great.